Ashley chooses to act like a kid who's seated at the adult table.
It's becoming clear that Ashley has some more adulting to do.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about TV One Network's reality-based TV series, The One, season number 1, episode number 10.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that notification button so you know when we upload new content, and please send us your comments. And again, we appreciate and thank you for your support of this channel. So let's go. Kurt and Tammy visits Ashley because they heard she had a meltdown last week. That's when she left the house and came back, and we heard a conversation about her being overwhelmed, and they spoke with her, told her that she should not be so hard on herself. She confessed that she was in a dark room with Matthew, and that the same thing she criticized Brent for, she ended up doing the very same thing. We're not sure what the same thing is, because we thought that Brent and Jazzy's situation was a little suspect, but we shall move on.
Yeah, I'll keep my mouth closed on that part of
She tells Kurt that she kissed Matthew on the first night, and talked about give yourself grace. You're human, and going forward, just be kind to yourself. And that's good advice. It's always good for us to pick ourselves up and be kind and just keep on moving.
it. It is, but you know what though? From my vantage point, they were being obviously encouraging to her. I'm not sure those seeds fell on fertile ground, if you know what I'm saying.
I would agree with that a
Huh?
100%.
I'm just saying.
So
I think that that's all they can do because they obviously know that they don't have control
over a
over
grown
what
woman.
Ashley says, things, or does,
Right.
and she can deal with not only the good part of that but the bad part of it as well.
Kurt
But
referred to Brent as sexual chocolate
okay.
when they went to visit him. And he asked Brent if he goes around the house just kissing on women. And Brent started acting like he doesn't understand what Kurt is saying. And he said he can't remember who he kissed,
He's a damn lie.
and he doesn't know whether tongue was involved or anything like
So
that.
you're right.
Brent is gonna keep information close to his vest, and I can't be mad at that, because that's what a man should do.
That's actually a pretty smart play when you consider what happened later on in the episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kirk and Tammy arrange a chemistry photo shoot to see what kinds of pictures can be, I guess, revealed with Brent and Ashley.
Yeah, so Brent took pictures with his ladies, and the pictures look good. The only person who was not there was,
Addie.
yes,
Addie was not there this week because he was actually attending his brother's wedding in Nigeria.
right.
And while he was there, he actually took time out of his schedule to actually touch base with Ashley.
Yeah, he called her.
And also said that, hey, look, he was just wondering how things were going, wanted to check up on Ashley, and wanted to make sure that he let her know that he was thinking about it.
Right, and he introduced his mom and his brother, his sister-in-law. Then she said something strange. She said none of the other guys have done that with her.
None of the other guys had been out of town.
They're right in front of you, and you've been ignoring them for one person.
Hmm.
Oh, what is she talking about?
A weird, weird thing to say.
Brent met with the ladies. They took some good shots, and of course, everyone had a comment to say about the poses, etc., etc. And at one point, the photographer told Brent to move his hand down on the background, and he certainly wasn't hesitant about doing that.
Then Ashley takes her turn with her guys. First up was Steve, got his picks out of the way, and then came Matthew, who did his thing, the suavemente thing. Next was Shuvar, who put on, for whatever unexplained reason, some gloves as part of his shoot. Steve, I believe, clowned him and said that he looked like he was a
Pastor.
pastor on a gospel album cover, something like that. Brent actually takes a private moment to play chess with Ashley. He described their chemistry as scary good.
Yes,
The mansion resident picks or writes down on a piece of paper something that they,
secret.
yeah, something that they had as a secret to be revealed in to the rest of the group, and then the rest of the group has got to guess who's the owner of that secret.
Right, and Ashley's the one who suggested it. And of course, they started going through it. We find out that Melissa at one point was on her way home and she wanted to go to the bathroom, and I guess she didn't have access, so she decided to stop and do her business, in the woods.
Guy's translation: she took a dump on the side of the road.
And I thought, because it just I wondered if she had the
Toilet paper.
I wondered that if that was a regular occurrence for her to do, because
If she was on the listen,
that's what men do.
listen, if she was on the side of the road, she ain't had no damn toilet paper. She had grass, leaves, some other natural material like that.
Mika said that no matter how much she washes, she smells
Musty.
musty.
In other words, the armpits was humming.
Yeah, is it like humming, like Campbell's soup humming?
Oh, hell. You in trouble when it gets like when the armpits get that right, boy. Great day in the morning.
And then
Oh,
Steve admitted that at one point he had a sexual addiction
yes,
when he
yeah.
was a younger man. It was
Mhm.
almost testimonial. He had a point of view at that time, which has changed as he has gotten older. We noticed that as the game went around, Ashley was getting like upset, and you wonder why. Then she said she wanted her secret back. She didn't want them to reveal what she said,
Yeah, she caught a tooth real quick
because she
because
said
she made a decision.
she thought that they were just revealing BS secrets. And evidently, we come to find out her secret was that she has been with a woman. And it was revealed, and she's now mad. And she's upset that, one, she revealed that secret, and two, that the other people who were participating in game night didn't reveal any sexual secrets as well. But Steve did. Why is she complaining? But I believe that she wrote that down just to get attention, and she didn't get the attention she thought she was going to get, so she was upset.
Whatever her motivation was, it didn't come across as how she had hoped it would.
Yes,
And
expectation.
as a result, she kind of had to pivot, I guess distract from her embarrassment.
But if
I guess
whose fault is that?
it was her decision.
If
So
she did not want that information to be revealed,
right, it was
why did she say
it
it?
was her decision to choose what she wanted to reveal as part of this game. So she can't be mad because
Decided not to go that route.
right, and other people didn't react the way that she had anticipated. She can't be mad about that.
Did she not understand that people will see what she said? And regardless if they see it or not, why is she embarrassed? Because said no matter how she was, she smells funky. It's funny and it's tragic all at the same time.
See, her roll on rolled out, huh?
They're making light of a situation, and she's upset that they chose not to reveal anything that was sexual. But that's big. Telling people you're funky no matter what you do.
Or worse, a woman took a dump inside the road.
So
Huh? Whatever.
that's what I'm saying. Seeing her feelings about what she revealed, it seems so childish.
Left all the way on the floor.
Yes.
And I'm
Well,
like,
she sucked all the energy out of the
and
room.
Brent admitted that and acknowledged that not only there while he was, but also in his confessional. I was like, what is going on?
They put the names in the bowl again, and
Do
they
something a little less
they do some
embarrassing for her.
impersonations
Right, exactly.
of the person's name. So
Another bowl
someone,
game, right?
right? So you choose a name. So Steve chose
Matthew.
Matthew,
Uh-huh.
and he clowned Matthew a little bit in his own voice. That
Yeah,
was funny. I just thought that it was a lighthearted moment.
it definitely was.
Mika said, "I'm here for the process," because that's what Ashley said the week before.
It was kind of like a childish reaction. She was mean mugging everybody.
And then Matthew, of course, ran after her. I can't stand that. You made your grand diva exit. Well, you be by yourself. We could get turned up without you. Trust and
Right,
believe.
exactly. I think everybody at that point, I believe, described their feelings about it in the form of frustration. You
Right,
know.
right.
I know Brent was.
So Matthew goes after her, and starts telling her, and people weren't making fun of her, and she insisted that was not the case, that they were taking something when she was in pain. and using it.
I can't believe she was that thin-skinned and
But
at that moment not understand that her reaction speaks more of her and who she is or maybe isn't than it does anybody else or the occasion.
then Matthew throws out an example of he too,
Bullseye was on
he
his
has
back. The
been
target.
a target, and she diminished that. She said she's a bigger target, yada, 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 yada. And then Steve came through and asked her if she's all right. And she said, yeah. And he said, well, no, that's not true.
Yeah, because it's all
He,
over your face.
he, he tried to make her accountable.
Right.
She started side eyeing him and mean mugging him.
Steve said in his confessional, "Man, I can see that Ashley ain't
She
ready.
ain't
She
ready.
ain't ready."
No, she's not.
And while I'm being honest and candid in my confessional, I can actually see myself checking for one of the other residents, Melissa.
Right. And I don't think anything's wrong with that because the potential of them checking for other people in the house is great. He thinks Melissa is fine. He's not getting a whole lot from
Ashley.
Ashley because she is focused on Matthew. She
Mhm.
claims nothing happened, but that her focus hasn't shifted at all. He said, "I'm gonna wait till after to slide into a DM." So the brother has some kind of sense about it.
You're using that egg, man. You're using that egg. And meanwhile, Brent gathers the ladies
In the
in the
kitchen.
kitchen, and they have a conversation about what's going on with Ashley. And Richie comes up with a comment that I think is probably pretty well, since we're using the same analogy here, on target, if you will,
Yeah.
bullseye, as it relates to how she perceives Ashley is moving through this process. Ashley is basically jealous, according to Richie, and that she has got some issues, shall we say, dealing with uh, comparing herself to the competition.
There are other ladies in the house that are far more interesting than Ashley.
I thought that was very interesting that both, both two different residents,
One man, one
one man and
woman.
one woman, keep basically the same
Yeah.
issues that Ashley is kind of presenting in the form of her representative to us, the viewers.
And trust and believe the other woman in the house knows that about her.
Mm-hmm.
She wants attention 24/7. And if she doesn't get it, she wants to kick you to the curb. And she says one thing with Kirk and Tammy, and she does something else when she is exposed. Basically, that's how it ended. Next week, we see her disrespecting some more of the men, with how she looks at Shuval when he's trying to get close, and Steve as well.
Yeah, that was a nice little, nice, nasty little um, incognito moment that didn't represent her well at all.
Complete another disrespect.
Mm.
Because if she wasn't feeling Cheval, which we clearly felt when she made the selection, then whose fault is it? And then if you're gonna connect with Matthew, and she said again, nothing happened. When you connect so close to another man and you spend some time kissing and doing whatever, then